a good thing. I remember this is upside down. And I'm debating on a button or some doodad here to make the end cap look pretty. So I'm simply going to repeat that over here. Here's your visual if you don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to do that and see what I come up with next. Oh, and I am definitely going to take this and paint it white. I'm really feeling a white theme. I just am. Like the clothes and the accessories can kind of stand out as decor. That's what I'm feeling now at this point as I'm doing it. I'm attempting to make a purse tree. I've lost my purse. There's my purse. So we're upside down so we can have purses hanging off here. I have gone through a ton of these wear glasses because when they break, they fly. You get the idea of where it is. I custom cut that, and when I'm ready, I'm going to use my silicone and my clamps to get that in and caulk. I can't nail here later, so I have to pre-do it because that will go flying back. This one's braced up against something, and the cut's really nice and tight, so that'll help, but I have to pre-do them. Been really frustrating. So what I did was I took a tack and I pre-did it. Those have all busted. So be it whatever way I've had to get that pre-hole in, I'm doing it. Now I'm taking my caulk just to give me a little extra special help as always. If they fall out later, they'll be easy to put a new one in with a little dab of caulk or glue or something. So when I'm close, I've already pre-done these, then I take this and get it going. Oh, very, very slowly and very, very softly. That breaks up the power on it. It's got to be very straight, and then I tap it in and throw so many. I'm getting there. I was gonna do two, but I think I've changed my mind now. I might run out of tacks. I didn't particularly like that idea, so I've changed it up a little bit. When I went all the way against here, these were so tight I couldn't fit the purse handles in, so they were useless. But this kind of grew into an interesting thing. So I have that there. This is really nice and snug, so that gives me confidence it's gonna stay. And I dug out all the glue in there, and I'll do that there. I like that better. Then now my trees can hang nicely, I think. I forgot to show you on the last one. I had already done one for Alex's. Of course, this is the ceiling. And his will be kind of for fancy shirts. So he can maybe hang his favorites up here with the wardrobe being here. So that kind of covered up that end cap really nicely, and I might put a smaller one, not the whole thing because that intrudes here on what I have in the room, the tree rack, shoe tree thing. I might put a small one with one for favorite outfit hanging this way, I think. I'm not sure about that yet. Well, I'll get this one done. So I did figure it out, and here's what I came up with. I've now flipped it over the right way up, and here's a peek at where I've come so far. I'm now beginning to caulk in all the cracks that I did not do, like down here on the floor, and I'll finish off all the corners. Now we get a good view of Alex's little favorite shirt hanging spot. Me and my visuals, making sure things fit. This always works absolutely best for me. The hangers are working good there, and that was the spot for my favorite outfit. Simple, but just let it hang pretty. My purses hang on, and while I was at it, I just made a little one for Gracie's because our closet's pretty small, and I ditched the locker idea and thought, the more the merrier for space will definitely help in this scenario for our little clothes closet condo. And I'm gonna get my primer now and just prime everything you can see. This, I think I might flip it over upside down and finish that off. Time to paint. Definitely decided on only one of these, and that's probably a good thing. I primed and painted it, well, primed, and now I'm working on paint. On this side, I made just one with a hook on this one I used. So that can be like a highlight outfit. I like that idea. and it'll make sense why after to put my favorite or just a special outfit can be hanging there or whatever I'm working on. So I finished caulking in all of any more edges. Those ones you can't tell because it's clear, it's dried. And now I'm beginning to paint it all, which is fabulous. I definitely decided for the most part all white. I was thinking of an accent wall on the back. It felt like it would close it in. I could change my mind on that at any time, but for the time being I am definitely doing it white. I'm using my house door paint, semi-gloss, and I thought this is better for overall durability, since this is supposed to be very played in and it's going to be in and out, in and out, in and out. I think durability is most important, so that's the way I'm going with that. Maybe, I mean, at the very least for the colors that Gracie wants, I can do the bedding. I still haven't decided on the outside. I'm pondering. I had black out here, and oops, black, but oh, I got a spill over there. I was thinking about black, but I kind of like white, and I want the outside to become something too. Hopefully this weekend Alex will be working on this platform, and I did find a piece of wood for the top platform, so I got a few more things to work out. But for now, I'm gonna get a coat on this, and it's gonna have a nice curing time on the inside until the platforms are made, in which Alex will be handling it quite a bit and throwing it around, so that's why I didn't do the outside as of yet. Alex doesn't want to talk because
he needs all of his brain power,
yes,
to focus on accurate measurement.
that's right. Yeah, handsome man.
It's 3.5 feet, right?
No. 2.5. 2.5. Stop it. So, what are you going to do there, honey?
I'm going to mess it all up.
No, you won't. It's warm in here. So, this is the bottom platform he's working on right now to put it on. It's very thick wood. And this is left over from when we had to fix our shed floor from the squirrels from down under.
That's right.
That buried under.
Those squirrels are so awful.
They buried under and literally ruined the floor that was in there. So we got the thickest wood possible. And this was leftover, so this is working out well.
Gotta love leftovers.
I do. He doesn't like me here when he's doing stuff. That's why you don't see him very often.
For to work by himself.
That's true. So
Wendy and I are both alphas, and she likes to have input.
that's
And I don't
very
like
true.
her input because my input trumps hers when I'm doing the construction part. We've got a great deal going.
So
I don't tell her how to do the crafting side, and she doesn't tell me how to do this side.
that's right. So you're gonna start cutting.
Yeah.
And then just measuring again.
Just double checking
Measuring.
before I make this final commitment here.
Just checking. Told me to come out. He was cutting. Okay. We're gonna pause this and not pause it, but turn the volume down. But here's Alex making us the platform.
It's a rookie moment. All right, everybody. Guess what happened? Somebody messed up.
I'm so mad at myself.
Oh,
That's
man.
the truth.
Yes. Yes.
I'm usually the one who thinks ahead. Are you gonna?
This is the
Really?
regrets cam.
I measured so wrong.
Regret cam.
I forgot. I'm usually so detailed, and I forgot to take into effect it rolling through the door.
Yup.
So it's fabulous. It works great. It does what I wanted to do. Whoops. Airplane's falling down. Let's close that back up. But it won't fit through the doors.
On a side note, we should get a Leslie Nielsen doll for this.
Yeah.
A hospital? What is it? It's a big white building with lots of doctors and nurses. That's not important right now.
That's a funny shit.
Anyway,
Okay.
yeah, it's easy to laugh about it now. But probably about 30 minutes ago, I wasn't too happy. I had cut this, as you can see. You saw what it looked like before. Drilled all the cast holes, put the casters in there. I mean, it was on the doorstep of being done. Phase 1 done. Move on to phase 2, which was fairly easy, and then phase 3 even easier, and would have had everything done tonight. All the rough work anyway. But right when I was putting in my last casters, Wendy came in the door and... What? What's the problem?
It's too big and it won't fit through the door. And I want it to fit through the door so I can bring it in the living room and I can play in the hallway.
I was like,
where I have room.
Who cares?
I can move it out of the way. There's all kinds of reasons I didn't explain to you why I needed to go through the doorway.
Yeah, I didn't care.
He's like, well, we'll just put it together while we're in the doll room. We'll just leave it there, right? And I'm like, that doesn't work.
It's not the end of the world. We'll just assemble it up top.
I screwed up. I want to swear right now, cuss.
It didn't work because Wendy wants the functionality of it rolling through the doorway whenever she wants.
Right, it's a closed condo. It's supposed to move around.
And here I was like, who cares? You know, what's the big deal? So what? So what? You can't roll it in and out of the room. What's the big deal? And then it was like, all right, how much do we need? Of course, you know me. I use this thing.
Who measures twice?
You saw it earlier. I was like, all right, how much do we need? Okay, so this open, it was, what, 29 inches? I'm like, we'll cut an inch off on each side. I'll just take a strip of an inch off here and off there, and then we'll be able to roll it through. And so when he's like, let me do what I should have done in the beginning. Let me go upstairs and check that door, because that door might not be the same as... Although it's got a little bit more organized. Let's show him what I did. Alex's spot. Alex spot.
It's a bright, brand new morning.
All right, everybody. Here we go. After a night of great disappointment, we finally have a victorious chapter. So as you can see, we got it all fixed up. Doesn't look much different than what you saw maybe last night, other than the addition of this. But I can tell you, it is 27 inches. It will fit through the door, finally. So, big concern of Wendy's was if, without adding these, if there would be some type of a fulcrum effect and it would tip over. If, you know, they're playing with that right there. So, little test here.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Trying to get it to flip over. It takes a lot of effort, as you can see, to get it to even tip over. So I don't think they'll have a problem.
Trying to get some silicone in the wheels.
Yep.
Yeah.
And other part was, as you remember, this had a base to it. Maybe you do, maybe you don't.
I said I wanted that cut off.
Which looked sort of like that. So we just used our trusty rusty jigsaw. And cut it up. That's about how it happened too.
That's another reason I don't like coming out here when he's working.
And last but not least, there's this part. I'm not going to flip it over, but it's the platform that's going to hold the plane. So,
good job.
More to come
baby.
next time. Happy Mother's Day.
So someone got sick of looking at the stuff and the mess behind him. And
Yeah, it was just pathetic. Trashy.
So he fixed that up too while he's been out here. He attached this already, so that's there. It rolls good, it's secure. It's looking good. Way to go, baby. That looks fabulous.
Getting there.
He's got this all cut for the plane. And now, so the plane doesn't roll off.
There's some trim on there.
That's gonna go on the other side.
Yeah, just.
So he's gonna just kind of frame it out like a frame.
Easier to do that to show you. Get the idea.
Then, if the plane rolls this way or back or forth, it shouldn't fall off as easy as without. So that's where he's at. Nice, baby. Got your song going?
Did you like it?
About to be a song?
I got measurements. It's boring, so we'll just cut the video here.
Okay.
See ya.
Thanks. Great job.
Next time.
My man did a good job. Got that all done for me for Mother's Day. That's what I asked him to do for my Mother's Day special treats. Well, I made dinner, but I wanted to make dinner for my mom because she likes mashed potatoes. So it all worked out good. He got this done. It's now the next day. And we decided the plane looked much better like that and made more sense. And the more I'm looking at the white, I'm liking it. And the more I'm leaning towards, instead of clothes condo, clothes heaven. And then if it's white and kind of cloud, you know, like the plane is supposed to be there, it's just a thought that's been brewing in my mind. Like, this was a last minute thought, so I definitely didn't have this one all worked out. This is great, just perfect. It lays on there. You can do the tilty thing. You can open it without worrying about it for play, and that's why I didn't hang it from the ceiling. I really wanted it to have a playable look in it and see kind of aspect. Now that it'll be Barbie mixed with Monster High, I'm probably not going to paint the outside blue. I've always liked it from day one, but work on details and chairs. But that is going to be a separate project onto its own in the future. So now it's time for me to get my little hand sander out, just so I can sand all these edges and make them softer. And down there, I've taken the time to caulk in some of the cracks, so this will look very much more smooth and like all one piece, filling in holes. And some of this will sink, so I'll have to do it again. And then I'll get some primer on it. How exciting. I went ahead and did the primer and the paint on the whole thing. So it's done in terms of primed and painted white with 2 to 3 good coats. So everything is covered on what this used to be. This is the back, which I hadn't shown you. There wasn't a lot to show, so I didn't do it. You know from earlier, I caulked in every single square of this so that the panel would be very secure and the unit would be very secure. So that's really wonderful. Now I'm getting ideas for the back and making this work. As for the front, let me turn it around. The front is looking really good too. I can't see any of the old that it was, which is wonderful. It's ready to go. So now I've been thinking about paint. I like it white. You could stop here. And at this point, if you had a regular rectangular or square bookshelf type thing, and I've done this, your options would have been much more open. But me, I'm trying to use this up, and I don't mind the coffin shape because it fits in the Monster High doll room. So that's really exciting. My excuse the noises in the background, I just can't wait to do this. My little thing of hangers came in. There's 60 of them in there, 3 different styles. One we had, hearts we had. These are handy if you cut these off. I've done that. And these neat little metal ones. I was gonna paint them all, and now I'm mostly inclined not to. So thinking of this more and more, I just adore the idea of clothes heaven. If you don't like that idea, obviously you can stop and do something just white or whatever. So in doing that, and oh, as well, because I was thinking of painting that like a runway, and me and Alex are both going back and forth, and it just doesn't make sense. Trying to force something that doesn't make sense on top of a condo. So this kind of just grew into being better for my purposes. And with that, I've taken some of my white paint, used just some craft paint to slightly tint the blue, and I'm getting this shade, which is very pretty, not too bright. And then I got some metallics to maybe work in a little bit if need be, a little bit more color. And I'm just going to use my sponge and sponge paint, especially down here, and then kind of in and out here. I'm not going to do the whole insides of the rooms. And yeah, I think this will really let the clothes speak for themselves. And the plane will definitely make sense now that it's supposed to be a air celestial thing. I might even do some little gold stars with it bling. That would be good. So let me get this going, and I'll catch up with you on whatever's next. Here is where I'm at with my first coat of the blue I mixed up, and of course I'm using this house paint, so this is going to be very more durable, which is great. I only did over the entire thing with a light coating, so that would be my base and mostly background. And now I've taken one of my metallics and I've mixed that a little bit, so I'm gonna do some different colors, and I will use that and maybe a little of that, and just do some layers to where I like it. And being a doll clothes heaven, it seems kind of celestial. So let me get to that. This was a lot of fun, and it's looking to a place where I am very, very happy with it. That's the back. Of course, we'll get a full view of this when it's done. I did end up using some pearl white too, besides mixing the two metallic pearl blues I had in all different orders. I tried, keep a little of the brighter blue here and a little of the aqua blue, which is nice. Those are leftovers from Scarier Reef and Abby's, so it's good to use them up. Coming into the front, I put a little more of the white pearl going into the rooms, but still left that pretty bare. And then I've started to put just a few gold stars here and there. Not too many, but some. I really am liking this. This is gonna blend into the background really good. And not be even, it'll be less noticeable. I put a little extra pearl here in the main play area, and I didn't put any stars here because I'm going to put jewels on them with the glue, and I didn't want to have any lumps and bumps for standing. So I'll begin to do that with some glue, and then I have a little bit of puffy paints, a mixed gold and glitter, gold and silver glitter, and a silver. I'm just going to put a little dot here and there just to add a little more twinkle. And of course we have to have a little bit of bling. And goodness, then we'll go on to my ideas. Plastic cups. The twinkle on the little gems are just wonderful. Between the gems and the puffy paint, you kind of get a little twinkle twinkle here and there, and that looks good. I've started to put a ribbon on there. I got a little caulk so it stays in place. My specialty spot definitely looks celestial if you ask me. The colors are much better in person. The flash is kind of washing them out. It's very pleasing and soft. So now we have the weird stuff. I have here a bunch of plastic stuff I just got at the dollar store, Walmart, wherever. And because I want to make this an area that's all kinds of doll play, and I don't like dolls on the floor because it messes up their hair. I had this beautiful face. I salvaged some of Gracie's. Been flipping flopping heads to get some dolls that can be friends for our me dolls, and while they're dressed they can sit in the cups and be nice, and that's for bigger dolls. And I don't know, it's probably a little on the cheesy side, but on the same sense, I was going to use Pepsi containers, and then this was just actually the same price as Pepsi containers. I'm going to have to drink all the Pepsi. So I'm going to do that. I got clear caulking to attach those. It'll take some time to get that all in there. This for maybe just throwing stuff in. And then when that is done, that's going to take some time to dry. I'm also, with it being clothes heaven, y'all know that I am fond of big dresses. Here's one I've had sitting around forever. That was supposed to go for Nefra. And what I'm going to do with that is make them hang here, and with my plan of getting some big dresses instead of the whole doll, that will hold them and not take up all the room in the curtain in the closet. So I'm simply going to put 2 hooks and then string this over along it, and then therefore that is the right size for a hanger to go in. And then I never have to worry about them coming out. Well, excuse you, Panda. That was not me. That was the dog burping away. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. And do some measuring and get this all done. We're almost time to just decorate. How exciting. I thought I'd just take a minute and show you Draculaura's room, where I used another version of this, as I put in the note on the bottom. I put the hook up here, and then I just hung the chain from it. Of course, the key is having a chain with loops that your hangers fit in, which is really good if you got small hangers like this. So instead of a dowel rod, you just hang this up here, and then you can variegate the clothes on different levels to make them show. Really good if you have like a shopping mall display or something like that. Now I'm showing you where I'm at and the version I used on this Clothes Heaven thingamajiggy. I used 2 of the hooks and strung the chain across with little bows on the end to make it look pretty. Here is the caulking showing through now on underneath the glasses, and it is beginning to dry, just so you have a visual on what it looks like. Of course, as you know, that is white when wet and will dry clear. So I just have a matter of time to wait for it to dry. I also took these tray type ones and I silicone or glue caulked them up there too, and thought, well, here's another opportunity for the back, which you won't see most of the time, to have another chain just in case. I don't even have much to hang there, but always handy to have spots for stuff. So let's just wait for that to dry, and I'm hoping by the time you see this and we do a reveal, it will look much better. You can hardly see it. Alex even said it looks corny until he seen the dolls in it and went, oh, that actually works. I'm beginning to open up some of my packages from my Mother's Day shopping spree, and when I started and had this idea, it was more condo-like, and that's, I think I might have too much, and then I switched to the Clothes Heaven. So I'll see what I can fit and what I can't fit, but either way, I got those primed, and I'm going to hand paint those because I just don't happen to have white spray paint. This one I want to be careful of because of the hinges. I don't want it to be too thick as it comes apart. I screwed up and didn't shake this good enough, and it went on powdery. That happens. Luckily, that she shouldn't see it. This thing, I took the screws out to get the pink off so that I could paint that with the plastic paint. Everything here is going to be black with that. That's going to be easy. When I have stickers and decals, I like to put a little clear nail polish on top of them so they don't peel off easy. Just something I do. Over here, I'll just do some little things. Fix that up. A lid. Got some puffy paint going on the eye things. Just subtle little details to give them some spice. As well, these things are going to be primed and then painted for the most part white, except for the umbrella top. These hangers were even smaller than the ones I had, so they actually stressed when I put them on. They work, but I think what I'm going to do is I am going to prime and paint the ones that go on the outside on the chains. And these little, as I said, these little hearts come in handy for dresses not falling off. So those ones I'm going to have to paint. And that's what I got to do now. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to have a whole bunch of clothes to open. That's going to be fun. At this point, things are starting to dry. Some you can't see, some you can, so that's working. That's very strong even at this point, which is wonderful. I found some big hangers for the possibility of our new addition, our 17-inch Barbie. I'll tell you the story about her later, but I'm very excited about her. And if she gets clothes, I got 1 pair of shoes for her. She's going to have her fashions back here. This is how this thing has just grown. And then I'm starting to move in down here. Poor girl. These ones are going to need names. Looking forward to that. That was the head that came with my body. And it's so beautiful. She just inspired me. And I'm cleaning up some of Gracie's dolls. So this is all very secure. And although it still needs time to dry, I'll probably touch base with you one more time. Hangers from here are in the shop, the garage, getting ready, and I'm starting to move in. Where's Panda? Well, there's a Panda butt. I mean Panda the dog. So I'm starting to move in a little bit. Here's Gracie's room, just kind of arranging stuff and seeing where it's going, which is so exciting. Here's my room with tons of hangers. I'm really hoping I don't need more because I've gone crazy. And here's Alex's room, which is looking fabulous. In my organization, I got these wonderful, wonderful things. Thank you so much, and you couldn't have picked a more perfect time because this is beautiful wall art for our rooms. I'm not sure if I can fit that one. I might have to do this one. I'll sort that out. And awesome is your note. You were right on. Thank you again. I'll be putting those things into it. Oh, look, there's some shoes for Gracie too. A different color. Awesome. Let me get working on this again. And if I don't do anything, because I'm really brainful right now, thank you for watching this video journal. I think I am brainful. Yeah, I got that being painted. Paint in the closet. It's all white. it's show stuff. So for the most part, it might just be wait until the reveal. Okay. While we're waiting, I started doing some little pieces to touch up and look detailed, including the bed. At least Gracie got her purple bed. Then it got really personal since it's us. I started making pictures for our wall that are very personal. I couldn't help but putting my favorite thing on the computer in this hilarious commercial on Alex's TV. Along the way, I've been going nuts on eBay with lots and some things I had and finding other things and wondering if you're going to want to see it, and really glad that I ordered more hangers. See you on the reveal!